On the whole, would you say that your grandparents were fairly good gift givers at Christmas time?
I'm glad you're asking. Yes, great gift givers.
Did you have a lengthy Christmas list as a child?
I seem to remember that being like a year to year kind of thing. Sometimes if you get a hold of the Sears wish book, you can circle a couple things. There would be stuff that I was into. My grandparents were really good about like keeping up with what I was into and not falling behind that idea. So the year that I was really into the Police Academy action figures, I got them all for Christmas. And the year that I was really into pro wrestling, I got like the pro wrestling stuff, like videos and magazines and stuff like that. They never missed the mark. It was never a situation where like, oh, I don't like G.I. Joes anymore, and here come a pile of G.I. Joes or something like that.
Which I have to say moves faster than you would think.
Exactly, yes.
Because now being on the other side of that, I've seen that happen with, my cousins and friends' children where I'm like, oh, are they wanting this for Christmas? And they're like, that was like 6 months ago.
Or like you're losing your frame of reference and it was like 6 years ago.
Oh, God.
And you don't even know what your nieces and nephews and cousins like anymore. Like you are really, really behind.
I'm like, oh, PJ Masks, huh? They're like, just got into Harvard.
I have a job now.
Like, yeah, my son is into PJ Masks.
Every now and then I remember like an aunt or an uncle coming through with like a clueless gift, where it's like it's the thought that counts kind of thing.
I know that's what you meant, but I was hoping what you meant was something from the film Clueless.
That would have been like pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have liked a Cher action figure or something like that, but
a Paul Rudd doll.
A Paul Rudd doll. Just the movie on VHS would have been nice.
Yeah.
But no, my grandparents specifically like knew what I wanted, got me what I wanted. It was always generous. They loved me. How about you? Did your grandparents love you?
Jury's still out.
Okay. They sent you a check.
Better than a sweater, I suppose.
I don't know. What's sewn onto it? A bird?
I like that he doesn't say what type of bird. Well, you mentioned that your grandparents were good at keeping up with what you were into. I would say that my grandparents skipped all that and instead of keeping up with what I was into, would call my parents in November.
Well, see, that's not bad either.
What are we getting him? Okay, sounds good.
Honestly, there might have been some of that going on behind my back. But I think part of it was that I spent enough time with my grandparents that they always knew what I was up to and into. So they don't have, let's call it Marley's dilemma.
That's a great way to summarize the key movement in this minute, which is, I believe, the last minute in a series as yet untitled.
The interminable church scene. This, I think, is worth like more celebration than like minute 50 or minute 100 when we get to it. Like, we got out of this dang church.
We're getting out of this dang church.
Yeah, we are not even out of this church yet. I was kind of hoping like that. I saw the timer going. I'm like, all right, here we go, buddy. Here we go. Cut. Nope. I'll see you next week. I
think come 74, we will largely be outside the church, or at least running.
And you know what? We're probably going to miss it.
Yeah, we will.
We'll long
so let's
for the
savor
days
this.
The only thing we had to talk about was Marley and Kevin talking.
How comfortable would you feel summarizing this minute for all of the patriots who have stuck with us through this entire scene?
Yeah, I'm moderately comfortable doing that. We've got the end of this conversation between Marley and Kevin. The minute picks up where Kevin has just expressed that Marley should make things right with his son for his granddaughter's sake. And Kevin says she probably misses the Christmas presents. And Marley says he sends a check. Kevin says that's nice. He gets a little off the rails here. We get a sidebar of this conversation of the social dynamics of wearing poorly chosen clothes to school. Maybe the kind of clothes that your grandparents send you as Christmas gifts. You can get beat up for that kind of thing. And then Marley gets bored with the conversation and says, "You better get home." He says, "You better think about what I said." Kevin's taken off, and he's like, "Yeah, you think about what I said too, buddy." And that's pretty much our minute. So some music's starting to swell up, and man, we're getting out of this church. The coats are on. We said goodbye to the neighbors. Remember leaving church? Do you remember like how long it took to leave church?
Yeah, there was like a full process of egress.
And depending on how the conversations went and who your parents bump into, you might never leave.
Well, who's visiting? If that's a thing, you're going in like you're going way deep with whoever that is.
I don't know if you were like this, but like I was always very aware of the markers of leaving a place because I constantly as a kid just wanted to go home. And just about every situation I was in, I just wanted to go home to my stuff and be at home. Church, the mall, baseball game, party, whatever. Like I'd be there, soak it in. And like 5 minutes in, I'm like, all right, I got it. I'm ready. And church has all of these markers of the end.
Oh yeah. It's like a modern rock band with their 7 encores.
It's a Marvel movie, you know, like the credits are rolling, but why are we still sitting here?
Well, yeah, because you've got sort of an altar call prayer, you've got some music, then you've got kind of like a closing prayer, maybe some like announcements kind of thing, anything that didn't get done in the housekeeping up top.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the shuffling out, which is the wild card. Like you never know how long it's going to take.
Well, that's what you were saying before. Like that's the biggest variable, right?
Oh, man. And what I've noticed about raising my own child is that it's helpful to give her like an objective marker. Like when it's time to leave the playground, I hear a lot of parents say like, okay, just a few more minutes, 5 more minutes, when they don't really mean 5 more minutes. They just mean like arbitrarily like we're leaving soon.
Right.
I like setting the timer, like telling the child, hey, we're going to play for 5 more minutes and saying, hey, Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. And when it goes off, it's like, hey, the timer went off. It's time to go.
Well, that's because you're honest, have integrity, and want to have a relationship with your child as they age. And that's how you do it because
I'm a rare breed.
Those other parents, I'm telling you right now, as a child who was on the other side of that and was way too precise for his own good, I will resent you forever.
Yeah, that was me like at the mall begging to go home and hearing the words like, oh, just a few more stores or like we're going to go soon. And my mother and I having very different ideas of what the word soon means.
So when you say it's time to leave, do you say you better go on home where you belong?
Because you don't belong here at church. He's like, so over this conversation. Like,
38 minutes ago, he said, everyone's welcome at church. I think he's changed his mind.
You better get out of here. Once he starts talking about the other kids at school, like, you don't know my granddaughter. I don't care about these other kids at your school. I don't care who's getting beat up, who's not getting beat up, what they're wearing. You better get on home.
Dinosaur pajamas, huh? And nice talking to you.
Can I admit that when he says, you know, think about what I said, I don't remember what he said. What actionable advice does he give Kevin here? This minute's been going on this long that I've like forgotten what his...
I think your critique is valid and that it's not really actionable advice. I think he's just urging Kevin to consider the familial element. Like your family, your relationship with your family is a very complicated thing. You know, you're always going to love them, like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't think he he didn't give him anything prescriptive.
Yeah, but this is where Marley is a little out of touch because this whole conversation, Kevin's one step ahead of him emotionally. Kevin's the mature one in this dialogue about how complicated family and fear can be.
Which is why when he's kind of shuttling Kevin off, Kevin goes, well, wait a second. He kind of takes a beat and he goes, yeah, what about you?
You're the one who's actually gotten advice in this scene, which I do like that moment, right? Kevin gets to push him, give him that last little nudge. But yeah, it's like going to a therapist, and as you're walking out the door, it's like, hey, think about what I said. you might want to work on these things that you and I talked about.
For an hour.
And they're just like, what? We talked about you the whole time, buddy.
A question I often ask, intended or coincidence, as soon as he finishes saying, I sent her a check, hark how the bells starts.
I will say just a matter of timing.
Yeah, it's probably working backward from a cut later.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly what,
the church exit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like when it needs to have started.
Yep, that's how I think it is.
But because it worked out really well, they didn't have to like fade it in from somewhere else. It's just like, I sent her a check. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum.
How much do we think Marley's sending his granddaughter?
Well, this is what, 89 this is being filmed in?
Yeah, these are $89 in the neighborhood that he lives in, but retired, fixed income.
But he seems to be doing fairly well. Like, he's dressed really well for a guy who's shoveling snow.
Yes.
And he's in, as the police would call it, the village.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not like his house is going to be significantly smaller than Kevin's.
Right. So it's a fixed income, but it's a large fixed income. One can probably assume that he's drawing some sort of pension as well, or maybe has a retirement account that...
some odd marketable securities.
Cash hoards.
Toys.
So one can assume that he sells off those toys in order to send her a check.
He's just got a room full of sweaters with birds sewn on them.
That like really validates that. Because like cut to him looking at all those sweaters going, should I send her this?
That's why he says, that's nice. That sounds nice. They're his sweaters.
Not for a guy in the second grade.
How much is he sending her, you think? He good for 50? He good for 20?
I'm going to say 100.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Ooh, must be nice.
Yeah.
It's good to be a Marley.
Yeah. Because he was very quick with that as a defense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was.
And one can expect that the strained relationship, he's going to compensate as best he can. So
yes. Yep.
He can't bottom out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a minimum for him.
He's got the guilt tax built into it. Mm.
Like, even if all other things being equal, he was a $50 grandfather.
Do you think next year when they reconcile, after they've reconciled, next Christmas, she gets a little less?
I think he probably does a like phased rollout where he does a check for a smaller amount and maybe some dinosaur pajamas.
Well, he knows what she wants at this point, right?
Well, that's what he will get from that conversation with his son, right?
Young man Marley.
Yeah. Marley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Marley.
Regular aged Marley.
He's going to be like, what is she like? And the dad, who has no idea, will be like, I don't know, sweaters with maybe like birds knitted on them. What do girls want? I have no idea. So yeah, he's passing the phone over.
Yeah.
And then the mom's like, it's going to be this very specific doll with this very specific accessory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he's golden grandpa for the next year.
I heard about a family that I know where the kids just keep an Amazon wish list, and the grandparents who live many states away, they just log on to the ongoing wish list and grab a couple things and send them the kids' way. It's probably, I mean, it's easier than ever to get what you want for Christmas these days.
It did absolutely feel like an Amazon ad.
I forgot to tell you that we got an email since the last episode.
I hope they sent a check.
This is sponsored content. They're keeping track of who visits based on us. So if you go to Amazon.com, make sure you use the code Home Alone Minute.
We could actually set up an affiliate link if you want to support us, like shop.
Oh yeah, those things are weird.
You think so?
Yeah, like Amazon's just giving away like 1% or whatever, 0.5%.
No. They're marking everything up 3%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So if you have clicked on like an affiliate thing, then they are changing the prices that you see online to compensate?
They put that into the calculus of all the pricing.
Mm. Oh, well, of course. Okay. That makes sense. So if they did do any of that affiliate stuff, Amazon would be a little bit cheaper.
Right.
Mm.
You could say the same thing about any company, and like if they didn't do advertisement, it would be cheaper,
Mhm.
which is often a selling point for people who do like much smaller scale sales. Is they'll say, look, we don't do billboards, we don't do newspaper ads, we don't do online, we don't do commercials. And that means that we can be a lot cheaper.
Right. Yeah. No, every time that I've had to call a service for my home, like a repair or something, the people with the billboards are way more than the people just in the phone book.
Yeah.
Or just have a business card that gets passed around.
Yeah.
You're paying for that billboard.
Yeah.
I was trying to buy these sweaters with birds sewn on them the other day. I was like, well, there's that billboard that I pass by every day. Bird sweaters, warehouse down the street. You wouldn't believe these prices, Jerod. We're talking $70-$80 for a sweater with a bird sewn on it.
Like 73?
Yeah, $73. I talked to my neighbor. I was like, hey, having a heck of a time finding a sweater with a bird sewn on it for my granddaughter. And they're like, oh, yeah, just go down to Bird Sweaters. It's in the bird sweater district. I was like, okay, yeah, $20, $25, easy, done.
That's why value isn't just monetary. Knowledge is power, as Sinbad said.
I thought that was G.I. Joe.
I see you being a bit taken with the Amazon wishlist idea for children now. Do you think that you would have liked something like that in your time?
It seems nice, but there's also that that excitement of somebody knowing what you would want without you having to tell them, which is a gamble, but sometimes it pays off.
I think it's absolutely worth it.
I mean, you and I are at this point with our own kids where like they can't tell us what they really want for their birthday, Christmas, that kind of thing. So we're all just guessing what they might like. And sometimes we sort of strike out.
Well, and it's a trope too, right? Like everyone talks about how the kid just plays with the box that it came in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got her some roller skates, and I was like just sure that she was going to like live in those roller skates. And she doesn't even like look at them.
Did either of you love roller skates at that age?
At 4? No, not really. But it seemed like she would, like based on all the evidence that we had about her. She likes, I don't know, she seems like jumping around, rolling around.
Good sense of balance.
Yeah, she does have a pretty good sense of balance. Seemed like she would be into it. There's still time, I guess. That's the other thing about getting toys for kids this age is that like they might get way into it next year.
Yeah. I've seen that happen in my limited experience. I've seen a few things that like took a while to take, and then it just became like, oh, this is it. This is the bee's knees.
We got her some boxing gloves so she could beat up all the kids at school who wore dinosaur pajamas. Seemed pretty effective. She liked those. Jerod, before we go, I want you to think about what I said.
Okay. What about you?
What do you mean?
You should call your son.
We'll see what happens. So non-committal.
Yeah, it's very like, you do what I said, if you can even make it out. I'm not going to do what you said.
I'm a stubborn old man. I'll think about it. Which the performance of it does, you can kind of see it in his eyes. He's going to do it.
He just doesn't want to make a promise if he can't keep it, but I think he has every intention.
I've got a feeling that this is not the last we're seeing of Old Man Marley.
It would have been really funny for you to say that for like the last 5 minutes. You're like,
I've got
he's
a
going to
feeling
be here.
we'll be seeing this guy for the next 6 minutes.
I think we're probably going to miss him a little bit in these next little bits.
Yeah,
not that I've seen the rest of this movie, but like I assume he's not going to be around for a while. And we'll look back on the good times we had in the 70s. This is classic boomer behavior.